right, got people coming on in. Good morning. Who's with us this morning? Alright, let me see here. Let me bring up the chat on my other phone so I can see what you guys are talking about. You'll get a few minutes for some folks to start filing in. I let them know that we were going live at 10 this morning. I'm a few minutes late, but had to get some things set up. Had to fix up the chicken coop this morning. There was apparently some critters getting there and got my eggs last night, so spent the morning fixing that up. All right. Got some more people filing in here. Afternoon, John Coffee. How you doing, brother? I was talking with Jason, and he said that you are volunteering to go and pick up our first big item, man. That is awesome. John Coffee is going to go and pick up a donated item near where he lives, and it's pretty awesome. I'm going to give a few more people time to get in here before I announce it, and Jason's with us. Jason, brother, if you could throw up a picture as well once I announce it, if you could, the picture of the grinder, because that thing is beautiful. It's special. It's custom built, and I think the recipient of our first bundle is going to be pretty excited, because I think all the folks in the makers group have kind of come to the conclusion that we're going to go ahead and let you guys know what's going to be in our first bundle that we're going to give away for our first quarter, because it's our inaugural bundle that we're going to give away. So we're going to make it a special one because we really want to make someone's day with this. And as you all know, the Forging It Forward is something that Jason mentioned up, and we all think it's amazing. I think it's amazing. Jason got it rolling. We all jumped on board, and there's several of us that have spent a lot of time already getting this thing going behind the scenes for everyone. Good morning, Penny. How you doing over in the UK? We really want to help bring a lot of life back to a dying art, because we're very passionate about us. It helps a lot of people. A lot of folks with PTSD have said how much it helps give them an avenue to release some of their anxiety, to get their mind out of things and just think about something that doesn't mean anything anywhere else in the world but to them right there. And it helps me a lot too. I run a business. I have a partner. We stay pretty slammed, all the time. We put in the long 13, 14-hour days a lot to get this thing going. And my wife, she's our receptionist. She works hard too. Plus she stays at home, takes care of the kids. So we understand, life can really get to you. You can really have some crappy days, man. And it's good to have something to come home to, say love on the kids, the wife, but really have that thing that's for you, to have a place where you can go and just be you, and Blacksmith has done that for me. And that's why I'm so passionate about it, because it gives me something that's just for me. I can share it with whoever I want, but I do it to please me. It satisfies me. It brings me peace inside myself. I've always liked creating things. That's what I've done since I was a kid. I've always just tore things apart, put them back together, figured out how to improve them. So it was right up my alley to do this. And my Uncle Billy, how you doing, Uncle Billy? There you are. Good morning. It's really a great craft to get into for folks that have deal with things in the world that they need to get their head out of, and that's why I want to promote this thing as much as possible, because there's so many people out there that they want something like that. They're really interested in blacksmithing. They don't have the ability to get what they need to start. I know when I first started, it was like pissing in the wind. To be honest with you, my first forge was a hole out in the ground with some fire brick built up in a piece of expanded metal for a grate, and a pipe with 5 holes in it and a vacuum blowing air into it. It worked like shit, but it worked. And it's what got me started, and I fell in love immediately with it, and I'm lucky enough to where I can afford to get the stuff that I need to get. I don't try to brag or do nothing like that, but I can afford to get what I need to get, and in the times I can afford to help others, and I think that's what's important, is take what you need and give back what you don't in this. because the interest in this craft has exploded as of late. So many people want to get into it. I see 16, 17-year-olds, 15-year-olds, you know, dads with their 8-year-olds out there, you know, 5-year-olds wanting to forge. My son, I've got a 5-year-old son that he's got his own anvil. He tells everybody he's going to be a blacksmith like his dad when he grows up. You know, he's got his own work apron, he's got his own safety gear, everything. He loves it. I have a 2-year-old son that follows his brother around like a shadow, and he's most likely going to get into it as well. So I think what we're doing here is going to bring a lot of life back to this craft. And big ups to Jason for putting it out there and getting the ball rolling, man. Thank you, brother. Thank you. We've got some people come in now, so I want to say our first bundle. We have a fella in, I think he's in Missouri or Kansas. I'm not certain. His name is Mike. Jason can put up some details about it in the Forging It Forward Facebook page after this announcement, but he's I guess a machinist of sorts. He makes custom things like that, and Jason's got some pictures of the work he's got, and he has a pretty badass belt sander that he's donating. And I'm telling you what, guys, if I didn't already have one, I'd drop out of the admin group and try and get this one myself, because it's pretty. God, man, it's pretty. Y'all are going to love it. The lucky recipient of this first bundle, I think, this is going to change your life. This is going to change your life in a way that you've never seen coming. And I guess what we really need to do is, first of all, we need nominations. We need you guys to nominate somebody. I've seen one fella in particular. I'm not sure of his name right off the bat, but I will find out who that is, and I will be nominating him myself. He's definitely passionate. He's got very minimal setup, but he's also already joined the Forging It Forward group, trying to help give to others, even though he needs himself. He doesn't have hardly anything at all. Nothing. I mean, realistically, he has vice grips. He doesn't have any tongs. You know, he's told me he's failed several times trying to make tongs. He just can't get the concept right away to get to where you're making tongs proficiently, and that's nothing to look down on, because there's a lot of smiths out there that just can't make tongs. It's folks like that we need you to nominate. We need you to find these guys and let us know, hey, I think these would be, this fella right here, this lady right here would be perfect for a bundle. You know, and then we'll put them all together and we'll come up with who we think gets it. Okay, that's how we're going to do that. Another topic I want to touch on is the makers group. We've had an issue already where we think that someone felt like it might be kind of an elitist group, and that's absolutely not that, folks. It's anyone and everyone is welcome to join the makers group. You just have to understand, to join the makers group, there's 3 questions you have to answer to join it. First of all, how long have you been blacksmithing? That's it. You know, there's no right or wrong answer to that. We just want to know something about you. How long you been doing it, okay? Second, are you proficient in any kind of tool making whatsoever? Do you feel confident enough in your work as a maker to say that you're proficient in making that tool well enough to distribute to someone else? Can you make it safely? Okay, that's an important thing to us, because safety is number one. There's no accident when it comes to safety. Okay, when you fail to plan, you just plan to fail. You got to have the right concepts in making certain tools so they don't break. They're not a danger to other folks. So when we ask you that, that's what we mean. Are you proficient in making this tool? Because we love the fact that you want to give, but we don't want you to give a dangerous tool to someone and them get hurt, especially through our program that we're doing. And the third question is, are you willing to submit that tool to the admins of the maker via either a video made by yourself and posted on YouTube, a video on Facebook, or shipping it to one of us and letting us demo it, let us use it like it should be used, like we think treat it like it should be treated during normal use, and see how it holds up. And if your tool passes, then you're more than welcome to donate all the made tools in that variety that you want to Forging It Forward. That way we can ensure that we are sending out quality tools to folks who need them. We're not sending anything dangerous, okay? It has absolutely nothing to do with us thinking we're superior to anybody being in that group, because quite frankly, the Forging It Forward group itself was made to help new smiths in every way possible. And that also includes teaching you stuff, helping you learn from some of us that are already established, helping you along in your process and your journey of what you want to become, okay? You ask questions, you post pictures. There's not going to be a single person put down, laughed at. And if I ever see that, I'll kick your ass out of the group myself. Bottom line. You're not going to demeanor anyone. You're not going to act like a chauvinist pig. You're not going to be an elitist in that group. Bottom line, that group's there to help everyone, and if you're not there to help anyone, you need to help yourself to the door, okay? If someone posts something, and I don't care if it looks like a polished turd, they went outside and they tried, and they felt good enough about it to post it and get your opinion on it, okay? If you have to tell them where they're doing something wrong, fine. Do it in a professional way. Do it in an encouraging way. Do it in a way to where they want to accept your advice, to where they are going to put that into action, to where they are going to use that and remember that. Make it a positive experience when they're learning. Don't make them feel dumb to where they don't want to learn and leave, okay? Because the ones that are growing in the base group, the main group, are the ones that are going to want to become makers, because they already have the urge to give. That's why they joined, okay? They want to learn so they can give. So if they progress to a point to where they've become proficient in something that they learned how to do in that group and they joined the makers group, they could eventually be sending tongs to you. So don't put anyone down in that group. Don't knock anyone's work. Always be uplifting, encouraging, and I think it's going to go far, guys. I really do. I think the concept is great, and it's taken off to a point where I think this is going to become a global organization faster than we anticipated. I know Jason said at first, for right now, the makers are within the U.S., the continental U.S. area, just because of the logistics of shipping, but we most certainly want to expand to everywhere. If we had more makers popping up in Germany or the UK or, Australia, that is awesome. We can make we can make different makers groups for different areas of the globe that can handle the logistics of shipping these things out to people. So it keeps down all the chatter, keeps everything neat and clean and tidy, so they can take care of people in their area. You know what I'm saying? I think that's where we're going right now. So the more you guys share this page, the more you guys talk to other smiths on YouTube about this page, the more focus we're going to bring to this, the more awareness, and I think the bigger it's going to get, the faster. We've also set up a PayPal account. And we may even be switching to GoFund. Eventually, we're not sure, but it's for the folks that have joined Forging It Forward that aren't blacksmiths, that have the heart to give and have no other way to give but want to donate money. And that's amazing as well. I'll tell you, first off, we have a treasurer, and he is going to be taking care of all the money that is donated. He's going to account for every penny, and the only thing that money is used for is to cover the shipping costs of these packages. That money is going to help everyone. It's going to help the makers. It's going to help the people receiving them. Everyone. It's so we discussed, and we felt it was proper to open up an avenue for the folks that want to help in that way to be able to. I would like eventually to have a GoFundMe set up. To keep it completely transparent. That way you can see how much is donated. You can see exactly the dollar amount that's there. You can see every contribution, who made it, everything. It's all right there for you. It's public knowledge. There's no hidden things. There's no catches, no nothing. You can see what it's for. You can see our mission, our goals. You can see everything on the GoFundMe. So between the PayPal and if we set up a GoFundMe, I think it's going to be a pretty awesome thing, because I think we've already had a few comments saying that they refuse to do PayPal. They want to give, they would give, but they won't use PayPal. So I think maybe setting up a second avenue for them to donate would be the best way to go. And if you feel compelled to donate, we've already posted the link to the PayPal on that Facebook page, Forging It Forward. So please go there, make a donation if you feel the need to. It would be awesome, and we thank you from the bottom of our hearts, and so do all the people that are receiving these things. Also, another announcement I am a hammer maker. I make hammers, and as most of you guys know, and if you didn't know, now you know. Probably see behind me some that I'm working on now for some orders, but what I'm doing for this month, I had originally opened up. I make them by hand. I don't have power hammers or anything like that. I'm more of a traditional smith. I enjoy the work by hand. It's relaxing to me. You know, I will have a power hammer one day just because production needs to be upped whenever sales goes up, and it's a necessity. But right now it's not, because the way I sell my hammers is in batches of 10. Okay, 10 hammers made by hand in a month is it's a tough challenge, along with trying to keep up content for the YouTube channel, you know, other types of things that I have to make for other people, and stuff like that. So 10 hammers in a month, that's a I think that's a fair amount of slots to open up, you know. So once I fill them, I don't take any more orders for the month. But for this month, I opened up 10 additional slots, because for every hammer I sell this month, I'm donating $10 to the Forging It Forward account to help cover the shipping. And I won't be donating that money. The purchaser of the hammer is donating that money. I'm going to take that money out of my profits of that hammer and donate it in their name. And they're going to be generated a donation in their name. They get credit for that donation. They made that purchase, and they were aware that it generates a donation. I think it's only right to show that they bought a hammer on the sole grounds of it generating a donation, because that's what a lot of them have told me already, that they're happy to see that I'm doing that. So I think it's a great thing, but I only opened up 10 more slots. As giving as I am and as giving as I want to be, my shoulders don't agree with me as often as I want them to. So I don't think I can make any more hammers than that in a month. But if I sell out right now, I would probably give it my best shot to open 10 more slots. If that's what it took to get you guys helping out, then by all means, I probably would do that. Ivy Forge. Let's see. Let me get back to the questions. I've got two phones, and it's easier for me to just look at the questions on my other phone than to try and bring it up on here. So give me just a second. Here we go. Let me go back through some of these questions. Penny, single mom, 3 girls, working, taking care of them. So I'm looking forward to getting in the shed, hitting some metal. Absolutely. There you go. Someone that wants to get away from time to time for that reason. Scroll down. Another question. Steve Sherman, yes, even a polished turd is something. Remember that a pile of crap worked into the earth can feed a village. That is absolutely right. That is absolutely right. I like that. Ivy Forge, exactly what my goal is. Hammers by hand. Man, it's rewarding. It is. You can make some beautiful stuff. You really can, if you put your mind to it. You really can. Steve Sarmiento. Did I say that right? Sarmiento. Sorry if I butchered your name. Just a poor old country boy down here. I ain't got much grammar skills and reading. I said it right. All right. I'd be happy to buy a straight peen hammer to help out. Steve, brother, I would love that. I would love that. I definitely would. If you would go to email me at countylineforge@gmail.com. We can get you taken care of, brother. I do ask for a 2-week turnaround on my hammers because they are by hand, and it's not the only one that I'm making. So give me some time, be patient, but give me at least 2 weeks to make it and get it out the door to you. As of right now, I'm at a point where I can, if you ordered right now, I could have it to you in your hand in 2 weeks. But the more slots I feel, I just want to tell you up front, even if you don't have it in 2 weeks right now, it's because I need about 2 weeks processing time, okay? Ivy Forge, how much are your hammers? Ivy Forge, like I said, hit me up at countylineforge at gmail.com. We can discuss it. My hammers cost different amounts depending on the size or the weight, the style you want. You know, what kind of hammer is it? Is it going to be a straight peen? Is it cross peen, diagonal peen, flat rounding hammer? Is it going to be who knows what kind of hammer? What size do you want? You know what I mean? It could top fuller, whatever it is. It's going to cost a little different depending. You know, I try to make all my hammers out of 1045 or 4140. Actually, I make them all out of that. I don't give you any other options than that because that's what I source and that's what I use. For my hammers, I prefer 4140 for my hammers. But that being said, it costs a little more because the chromium, it's a chromium steel. It's a lot tougher. It's an impact tool steel. It takes more to work. It takes more for me to punch the hole. All that, the fullers, everything. It takes longer than 1045. It's also an oil quench. You know, it's a totally different heat treat process, and it takes a little more time. So if you want it made for 4140, I absolutely will do that because that's what I make my personal hammers out of. But it's going to cost. If you want 1045, which is a top-notch hammer steel, which about 90% of your hammer makers out there use, that's what I'll use. I've got plenty of it. I've got it in square. I've got it in round. You know, I've got it in different sizes. I can cut my own stock. You know, see, this is a 3.5 pound, close to 4 pound right here, 4140 piece of stock. That would come out to about 3.5 pounds after I did all the plug punching and putting a hammer in it. This is a 2 pound right here. Start out, this would probably work down to a 1.5 pound hammer, something like that, a little small finishing hammer. But you know, you get the drift. I can make whatever kind of hammer you want, essentially, except for flatters. Right now, I don't have a swage block or the machinery to upset. I could upset it, but by hand, but I choose not to because that's way too much work by hand to make a flatter. If you've never watched Chandler's video on making his flatter, go watch it. He'll show you how hard it is to do by hand because it's a pain in the butt. 3 pound straight peen. Well, I can hook you up. If you'll give me a second, I'll go grab one real quick and I'll show you what my 3 pound straight peens look like. All right, there you go. 3 pound straight peen. This is quickly becoming my favorite hammer out there. I like the way you can control the lateral movement of the steel with a straight peen. I just made this one recently. It was my first straight peen that I owned. I've made them, but it's the first time I've actually owned one for myself and used it on a daily basis, and I am falling in love with it. So yeah, they're great hammers. I can do them with, as you see, the rounding face, or I can do it with a flat face. Like this one isn't done yet, but you can see this one's, there's its rounding face, and then a flat on the other end. I can make either type you want. So just hit me up in my email that I told you, countylineforge@gmail.com. I'll leave it. Matter of fact, I'll comment from my business YouTube right now. I'll put the comment down there right now. There you go. There's my my email right there. And yeah, thank you. I would love it if you hit me up. I'd be happy to take care of you. Let's see, Jason, they got to fly ahead and get some coal, and chicks are in at the Tractor Supply, and it's hammer time. Trying to James style hammer. Wish me luck. Brother, good luck. I know you'll do a fine job. Fine job. You're a great smith, and I know you'll do well at it, man. Just take your time. Make sure everything's lined up, and you should come out fine. Feel free to take your time. I'm in no hurry. Yeah, I get out to my forge every day, Steve, so I'll get it coming to you as soon as I get it done, brother. You hit me up with an email, we'll get you taken care of. I will say this, I asked for payment up front through PayPal because they are custom made, and I've been stuck a couple times where I didn't ask for payment up front. I've made the special hammers for folks, and they backed out of it after they were made, and it took me about 3 to 4 months to get them sold. And I was just wasting my time and efforts and money sitting there, not being able to get rid of it until they finally sold. But I do ask for payment up front through PayPal, and what that does, they'll hold your money in a pending transaction in their account, and you'll be able to see it. I'll be able to see it. I won't get your money until I ship your item out to you and you are satisfied. Then they release it for 3 days after it is marked as delivered by the carrier. You have 3 days once you receive it to contact PayPal with discrepancies, and they will not release the money. So it's kind of like a middleman, you know. He's holding the money until you say give it to me, you know. Make sure you're happy with it. Happy to pay up front as I do my knives. Well, I'll be happy to take care of you. I will tell you this: if you two guys buy hammers, that leaves 2 slots. I have 2 slots available, and if I fill those last 2 slots, I probably will open 10 more slots. But that will most likely be the end of it. So, but yeah, thanks guys. I'm going to bring this to a close now, though. I've got to get to work on these hammers, as you can tell. And obviously I probably got some emails to go check. I appreciate you guys checking it out. And please go to the Forging It Forward Facebook page and join up. I don't care if you can give, if you want to receive. You know, if you have needs that you physically cannot take care of, if you can't afford tongs, and I mean, just because you'd rather go buy beer than tongs, that's not a reason to say you can't afford tongs. I mean, if you're having to choose between food and tongs, then come see us. We're going to hook you up with some tongs. You know what I'm saying? So go to Forging It Forward, sign up. Show us what you do. Show us your work. We love to see what you're doing. We love to see what you're working on. It's awesome that you're out there working in your shops. You know, that's the whole point of us doing this, to get you out there working. And let's see, already joined, have Wolfjaw store-bought tongs out. That would be awesome, brothers. Send me an email and I'll tell you, if you buy a hammer, brother, I will knock off the cost of shipping in trade for you to ship me those tongs, and I'll get them into this bundle, if that works for you. My hammers are normally sold as with shipping included, so I'll knock the price down accordingly for the cost of the shipping, and just in trade for you if you'll ship me them tongs, man. And that would be awesome, and we'll get them in that first bundle with that sander that I was talking about. Go check that thing out, man. It's, like Jason said, it's probably not the exact one, but that's what he makes. That's what the guy does, and he's pretty damn good at it. I want one bad, you know, but I can make my own. I can buy my own. So this is for you guys, man. This is for the folks that need it, and that's what we're here for, man. That's what we're doing it for. We want to make a tradition of giving back to the blacksmithing community, because so many people have seen already through these other Facebook groups. There's so many assholes out there. There's so many guys out there that just have this chip on their damn shoulder that they think everything they do is made of gold, and what you do is crap, and you can't compare. And unless you've been doing it for 30 years, don't talk to them. And we ain't got time for none of that crap here, you know what I mean? Because you got to crawl before you walk. And that's what we try to help folks do that want to learn. We're going to teach you how to walk. Come on, come for a ride with us, join up Forging It Forward, and we're going to help take care of you, man. We really are. We're serious as it gets about this. Jason, Ryan, Jonathan, Heath, Christian, all of us in the admin group, we spend hours every day, talking things over, getting things squared away, making sure we have the proper safety in place, the waivers, how to donate, where we're going to be shipping things to, how we're going to coordinate, where's our hub going to be. There's so much going that we're putting into this, guys, and we appreciate what y'all are doing by saying, hey, I got this to give, I've got that to give, I can help pick this up. John Coffey, he's going to pick the grinder up for us. You know, you guys don't have to do that, and you're stepping up and you're doing it, and I'm telling you what, man, that is rock star shit, and I love it. I love it. We're happy as hell about it. We can't be happier if you can't tell. And just keep it up, guys. So, like I said, I got to bring this to a close, though. I got some hammers to make, and I got some emails to tend to. So, we're going to see you on the next one. Share that page. Share this. Hit the like button on your way out. And make sure you subscribe to the channel, because I got some more cool stuff coming. All right? Y'all have a good one.